Hello everyone. So I wanted to do a video today on what is magic. And I think that the portrayal of magic in movies has greatly diminished, or I could even say altered the way that people see magic. Especially people, young people, children even. Um, I've come across numerous occasions young children thinking that magic wands or different magical items will make things magically appear. And of course, as adults, we know that that's not true. And so I wanted to get into this video to really discuss what is magic. And let me start off by saying magic doesn't have a color. I know that some people consider themselves a white witch, gray witch, black witch, whatever they call themselves. Magic in itself doesn't have a color. It really is dependent on the person who is working their magic, what they do with it. I personally do not feel that black magic is evil like some people think it is. Everybody has a reason for what they do. And it's really none of my business what someone else does with their magic. I believe in everybody being able to practice how they want to freely and be able to be open about it without being judged. Unfortunately, in our witchhood, I guess you could say, you see a lot of that happening, and I wish it weren't true. I wish that we could all accept each other, and whatever somebody does with their magic does not affect us. And so therefore we should have an open mind and be accepting and not judgmental. Just wanted to say that. So magic in movies. I do. If you see me looking over, I have my little keynotes that I want to touch on. Otherwise, I get distracted. So it's like a squirrel mentality, So magic in movies. Have you ever noticed that in movies they portray magic to either be this instantaneous response of, they say a couple of words that rhyme and poof, it happens. Or it goes all the way to the other extreme where it's evil and, it turns people into frogs or, kills people or whatever. There's no middle reality ground in movies when it comes to magic. There's one extreme or the other. And that is unfortunate. I really wish that in movies they really touched on what magic really is and gave a realistic approach onto witchcraft instead of making us either look, like evil monsters or like, wiggle of the nose and poof, things happen, because it just doesn't work that way. So I do wish that that was changed. That way people can really get some real information on what it is and what we do. So the next thing I want to talk about is inner power. Inner power is where our magic comes from. We tap into the universe, yes. We call on our deities if you invoke deities. Some witches do not. Some, bring in the elements or, different things like that. And we tap into that power as well. But really, majority of our magic comes from within. I think it's important to realize that without understanding and without appreciating what we are capable of, we are unable to manifest the things that we want. And so it's important to be your most authentic self and to really notice and realize that we are powerful beings, as anybody is. Anybody has potential to be able to manifest things in their life or practice magic. Christianity and Catholicism, they pray. Praying is a form of magic. It's manifestation. It's sending out an intention to the universe and manifesting it into reality. Praying is magic. And, when people say sending you healing or sending you love and light, that is manifestation. We are sending our magic out into the universe to manifest, to benefit someone else. So really recognizing our inner power and what we're capable of, and tapping into that, not being afraid. I think one of the biggest things for people who are just starting out is that they don't view it like this. They don't view it as a fear. They're so afraid of doing it wrong. And there is no wrong way. And I want to emphasize that there is no wrong way. As long as you are being true to yourself and you are doing what you want to do with your magic, then you're doing it right. So the next thing is manifestation, as I just talked about. What is it? It is sending out an intention. That could be through meditation. That could be through candle work, candle spells. Could be through color magic, through divination, through focused sachets, dream pillows, poppets, talismans. Any of those things can help manifest things. Manifestation is an intent. And in order to manifest something, we need that intent. So basically that's what it is. Really, and I think it's important to check in with yourself, because if you don't really want it, then you are not going to be able to manifest it, because that full intent is not there. Which brings us into the next thing I want to talk about, with self-doubt and worrying about the spell not working. So if we doubt ourselves while we are casting our spell, while we are trying to manifest something, we are not going to be able to do so. That little ounce of self-doubt is enough to throw off our manifestation, our intent. We have to know what we want. We have to know this is what we want to bring in. We have to know that we are capable. And I think that's really important, because if you are doubting your own power, then you cannot expect that power to work. So fully trusting in yourself, fully trusting in your inner power, fully trusting in magic and that it will work, will absolutely help you bring in what you want. Careful what you wish for is the next little section here. And this is important. And, everybody's different. For me, and this of course is my opinion, and you can have a differing opinion, and that's quite all right. But when asking for things, especially materialistic things, earthly things, as if I'm like an alien or something. If you want earthly things, if you want these materialistic or physical things, know that they come from someplace. And so let's say if you want to bring in money, the money has to come from someplace. Money doesn't fall out of the sky. So when asking for money, it's at least important. You don't have to say it out loud, but it's at least important to have it in your mind of where you want this money to come from. Because if you just say, well, I want $1 million, and you pour so much of that, intent into your spell and trying to manifest that, what happens if you get that $1 million, but it came at the cost of you losing your uncle who left you in his will? So it's important to really be specific where you want this to come from. Whenever I do money, I just did a money jar. I actually did it on the YouTube video. In my mind, and I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, I'm an artist. And so I was really focusing, as I'm putting the things in, on me selling my art. That's where I want the money to come from. And I just wanted to touch on that very quickly, because, sometimes we want something so badly, and it'll happen, but sometimes it comes with a price. And so that's why it's important to really focus on what it is that you want, or where you want it to come from, I should say. The next thing is law of attraction. I wanted to touch on this because law of attraction and manifestation work hand in hand. Excuse me. And this is why I feel like this video would be really helpful, because, magic is a word that's thrown around, and I love it. I love it that it is, but I think that it's important to know exactly what it is and how it works. So I have here my paper, and it's a law of attraction. Law of attraction is one of 12 universal laws. And underneath the law of attraction, there are 7 laws that apply to the law of attraction and how it works. So first, we have the law of manifestation. Anything that we focus on constantly is going to manifest in our life. We don't even need to do a spell or do any kind of divination or anything. If we focus on something enough, it's going to happen. It applies to good and bad. So this is why it's important to have a positive mind. And that does not mean that you are going to be positive all the time. And there's, this misconception that if you think positive, then you are positive. You need to be positive 24/7. Absolutely not. We're human. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have bad moments. We're going to have times where we're pissed. We're going to have times where we're upset. We're going to have times where, we just want to be done with the day and just go to sleep and wake up the next day. So, being positive or having a positive way of thinking doesn't mean you have to be positive all the time. Being a positive person and having a positive mind will help you manifest positive things in your life. If you focus on the negative all the time, that is what you're going to bring in. And then you find yourself saying, like, I just want this, run of bad luck to end. But in the same breath, you're like, oh, this always happens to me. Always. These things can't always happen to me. So you're already stating to the universe, this always happens to me. And the universe doesn't hear complete sentences. They hear always, I can't say they, but it hears always happen. And so we manifest things in our life, good and bad. The mind is a powerful tool of manifestation. You literally need no other tool. Witchcraft it doesn't need to have fancy things, and you don't need candles and oils and herbs and crystals. These are tools for focus, and they can help push things along a little bit, but the mind is the most powerful manifestation tool that you need. Next, we have the law of magnetism, is that you are a magnet that has attracted everything into your life right now. And you will continue to attract everything. And the energy that you put out is going to come back to you. This is not karma. Okay, and I want to specify, because I know that some people, they don't believe in karma. And that's fine. I'm not saying that people should or should not. Because as I said before, people should be allowed to do whatever they want, believe whatever they want. And I have no judgment. This is the universe. It's like a boomerang. And so, anything that we put out is going to come back. So we put out our energy, and this is exactly how spell works. We put out that intention, it comes around and it comes back. This is how we manifest things. So the energy, it's the law of magnetism. We attract things in our life. What do we want to attract? And that's where the work comes in. Being mindful of how we are thinking, being mindful of how we process thought, being mindful of putting positive intentions out there, being mindful and not to always focus on the negative, and we will attract what we are. So there's that. And then the law of unwavering desire. So it's all intentions that you have, they must be free of doubt. So, unwavering desire is wanting something so bad that nothing shakes that want, nothing shakes that desire. Your intentions need to be firm, and you must absolutely know that this is what you want without a doubt. And that is manifestation. Having zero doubts, attracting things in your life means you have to know for sure. You have to absolutely want to bring it in, because if there, like I said before, if there's an ounce of doubt, I mean, it's like self-sabotage. Number 4 is the law of delicate balance, and everything around us, including the universe, works in a balanced cycle. And so we need to appreciate the things that we have now to match the desire of the things that we want to bring in. So it's perfectly okay to bring something in, but if we are not grateful for the things that we currently have, and those could even be in the form of lessons, not everything is positive. And so when you go through a hard time, there's a lesson embedded in there, something that you need to learn. And when we get through that hard time, you are taking away something valuable from that. If you don't take away something valuable from it, you might find that same situation might be in a different form or with different people or different things, but that same situation itself is going to keep repeating until you grasp the lesson in it. Then we have the law of harmony. Everything is connected. We need to align ourselves. We need to align ourselves with everything around us. So, and that includes other people. Now, listen, I'll be honest. I am not the biggest fan of conversation. I like people. I'm genuinely a people person. But I get overwhelmed easily because I'm an empath. And so it's hard, for me to surround myself with people and things like that. But I do understand that I am connected to everything, and everything includes other people. Most importantly, though, our environment and the universe, animals, everything. It's not just other people. We need to make sure that we are in tune with everything around us, taking care of our environment, doing good by other people, doing good by our animals or homeless animals or whatever the case may be, and however that applies to you. The law of right action. Every single day, there are countless opportunities to change your life. And whether it be for the positive or negative, depends on the choices you make. Making mindful, positive decisions that not only benefit you, but also others will attract positivity in your life. So this is the point where you have a choice to make. And if something bad happens in your life, you can look at it one of two ways. This doesn't mean that you can't be pissed about it, because you can. You can be mad about it and you could be upset about it. Nobody's saying you have to go through it with a smile on your face, but mentally viewing it in a different way will help you attract things in your life, and it will help bring in more positive things. So if you're dwelling on the negative instead of seeing the positive, then, that can cause an issue. But making the right choices, when you're driving down the street and you have a candy wrapper that you pop a piece of candy in your mouth and you throw that candy wrapper out the window, that is not good for the environment. It's not good for the animals. It's not good for anyone. So, just making the right choices. And the last one is the law of universal influence. And so our energy affects everyone around us, from friends and family to complete strangers. Striving to have a positive attitude will positively influence other people around you. So we have the ability to make someone else's day better. Every single day. And it's little things. holding the door open for someone, paying for their coffee in the morning. You can, say thank you if someone lets you go while you're driving. I've noticed a lot that's like a disappearing, like just human thing. Like when you drive, you let somebody go. And this is why I write down notes, because you see, I'm going way off track here, but I've already started, so I might as well finish it. But I've noticed that a lot as time has gone on. You let somebody go and they don't say thank you. They just go. It's little things like that that make a difference in someone's day. You let somebody go, they say thank you, all is well. You let somebody go, they don't say thank you, that's it. Now you want to chase them to their home. Well, not really. Well, I mean, there may be some. I gotta tell you, this video is turning into a way long video because I decided to tell stories. But, story time it is. Years ago, I'm 40. And when I was about, 23, 24, I was a completely different person than I am now. And I was the psychopath that would chase people down to their houses and chase them down the street, if they cut me off. Or I'm so glad that I went through a period of just mental health healing, because I needed it. But I just wanted to throw that in there, that, I was once a psychopath. But, so this is basically what magic is. This is all the tools that you would need to manifest magic. And I'll go into other videos into color magic and days of the week and things like that can help, push your magic along too. But I do hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.